way, 7:52 on your Friday. Thanks for being a part of our morning here on Breakfast Television. Shel Zolkwich celebrating Ukrainian Christmas.
Wow, I am so impressed.
Hey, I've used up all of my Ukrainian lingo. Everything else is swear words, I believe.
Oh,
so.
yeah, you know what? Swear words and food words. That's the only things I know as well.
That's true.
Okay.
We do know a lot of food words because that is a key part of Ukrainian Christmas, Orthodox Christmas.
That's right.
So we're going to whip up a couple great items.
Exactly.
Okay.
So this happens on the evening of January 5th. It's kind of a sort of a bittersweet time, kind of a reverent evening, but also a celebratory evening, of course, because we have all this food. So traditionally we have 12 meatless dishes, right? Starting with things like bread and pierogies, a dish called kucha. We have buns, we have mushrooms and holubchi, and everything is meatless. So the first thing we start with is a very traditional dish called kucha.
What goes into kucha? For people who haven't tried
Kucha
it
is
before?
very simple. It is pearled wheat, nuts, walnuts usually, poppy seed, and honey.
Okay.
And the way this works is that the big bowl comes out and the head of the household of the table dishes it out to everybody at the table. And then the head of the household says a lovely prayer.
Ooh.
And then everyone together eats this first course. And it is, like I said, very symbolic. The wheat is symbolic, the poppy seed, the nuts for prosperity, all these kind of things. Why don't you guys have a taste?
Well, Shel, you've already dished it out for us.
Yes. See what you think.
So cheers.
Cheers. So you eat the 12 different dishes in the one sitting.
That's right.
Oh.
It's a very long, very, very filling evening. So this is very nutty. It kind of reminds me of granola, right? You know? It's got this sort of earthy kind of taste to it.
Kind of, for me, it's like a little bit like porridge, a little bit like quinoa.
Yeah.
But yeah, like really interesting and subtle flavor. Just a little hint of sweetness from the honey. So not super filling, but as we can see here, there's going to be a lot of things that are going to start to fill the tummy after
you bet.
12
Okay,
courses.
so let's get to the pierogies.
Yes.
Pierogies, of course, come in all shapes and sizes. And the great thing here in Manitoba, we have a wonderful local pierogi company called Perfect Pierogies. They're made in Garson, Manitoba. How about that? Come in 3 varieties. So let's start over there with the most traditional variety, which is potato and cheddar. And again, the deal with pierogies is that they can be dressed with anything you want. I did put a little bit of bacon on there, but of course for Ukrainian Christmas Eve, we would not do that because it's meatless.
It has to be meatless.
Right.
But you did do something a little different with the butter. Sure, everyone thinks, let's put butter on our pierogies and smother it in butter. But you've done something genius that smells great.
So whenever Ukrainian Christmas rolled around and we go to the farm and you'd walk into the farmhouse and you'd smell this amazing smell, and it is brown butter. So my baba would always have a little pot on the stove with brown butter. And basically you bring the butter up to temperature, you let it burn a little bit so it gets brown, and it takes on this wonderful sort of caramel flavor that just boosts pierogies like you wouldn't believe. It's just a beautiful thing. That is key. Brown butter. Burn it even a little bit more to get maximum flavor.
Just butter.
Just butter. You bring it up. The milk solids start to go to the bottom and burn a little bit, and yeah, it really, really amps up that flavor. So we have all kinds of flavors going on. We have in the middle we have a cottage cheese flavor, and then we have a sauerkraut flavor. And we've prepared them 3 ways. The first ones are basically boiled, and the great thing about Perfect Pierogies is their dough is so tender. And as far as I'm concerned, that is the secret of a good pierogi is tender dough.
Gotcha.
So just boil straight up and away you go, salt and pepper. The next ones are pan fried. A lot of people love to boil them first and then pan fry them to get a little bit of a crisp on them.
Yeah.
And then the third way we've done these ones is deep fried. So if you're looking for something really, crispy and wonderful, deep fried. And there's this little bowl of red stuff here.
Yeah, what is that?
Well, this is something called kalena.
Kalena?
Kalena.
I thought that was a Ukrainian dance group.
Almost. Kalena is actually the Ukrainian word for high bush cranberries. High bush cranberries grow wild in the Interlake and all over Manitoba. And this you make a jelly, and it smells a little bit odd, but it tastes absolutely wonderful.
You put it with pierogies?
With the sour.
Whoa.
It tastes a little bit like
Feet.
feet
Smells
and
like feet.
socks, but
me
it
smell it.
it has a rose flavor to it.
It actually tastes.
It
actually
tastes-
tastes way better than it smells. Like
It does.
The taste is not at all like the smell. This is a weird thing.
It smells like something.
So what
Oh my
we
gosh.
would do is we'd mix it with sour cream and then dip our pierogies into it. And yeah, I make jars and jars and jars of this every fall, and we go through it like
That's
crazy.
actually that actually tastes great. Smells
it's like,
terrible. Tastes
Johnny
great.
was saying off, it's kind of like fish sauce. Smells terrible, but adds so much great flavor to
Cool.
everything. So there you go. We got
right.
a few
All right.
dishes.
All different pierogies, all different ways, and you're sticking around a little bit longer to show us some more things to help
You
celebrate,
guys are gonna roll holubchi.
right? All right, we're ready.
Ooh,
okay.
We have a busy morning planned on Breakfast Television, so
I
we're going to
better
take a
try
quick
these
break
now.
and then get to it.
They'll be having fun, I know. So please